Every great session starts with a spark. That spark is usually a question. Not who knows the answer kind of question, but a question that makes people think, connect, and speak up. Today, we are exploring how top facilitators use questions, stories, and energy to make learning unforgettable. According to Harvard's Teaching Innovation Lab in 2020, questioning isn't about testing knowledge. It's about constructing it. Of course, there are multiple types of questions, like open questions, like how would you approach this? These type of questions stimulate exploration. Reflective questions, what surprised you the most? These type of questions build self-awareness. Probing questions, why do you think that happened? And this deepens critical thinking. Hypothetical questions, like for example, what if this scenario reversed? And this stretches creativity. Of course, when we talk about types of questions, there are multiple technical types of them, like open-ended, closed-ended, multiple choices, and so on. And it is your craft to facilitate using a mix of all of them. There are tips from ATD, or Association for Talent Development, in 2023 that says, silence after asking question is strategic. Allow 5 to 7 seconds for thought before jumping in. Now, stories are the emotional data of learning. According to Harvard Business Review in 2021, information alone rarely changes behavior. Emotionally charged stories do. Your tip here is to structure your stories like this. First the hook, then the challenge, then action, and then the lesson. That goes without mentioning that you have to use authentic workplace scenarios, personal insights, or customer moments that mirror learners' reality. Make it relatable, not theatrical. And in a VILT, use your voice tone and pacing as the visual layer of storytelling. So as you can see, facilitators don't just deliver, they ignite. Here are the best practices for turning a session into an interactive discussion. For an ILT, use turn-to-talk prompts or short 1-minute peer reflection. Encourage table debates. Give teams two sides of a problem. Use anchor questions like, what would you do differently next time, to close the loop. For a VILT, leverage chat prompts and emojis as micro-discussions. Use polls or live reactions to democratize participation. Call on names positively, never as a pressure. So according to CIPD in 2023, peer-lead dialogue increases retention and psychological safety by 40% compared to instructor-only delivery. Even unexperienced facilitators can unknowingly create resistance. Research by ATD in 2021 highlights that perceived negativity from facilitators, even subtle, reduces engagement immediately. So avoid this at all costs. Pointing or staring, because it's perceived as confrontational. Public correction, swap with either positive response like who else wants to try or try again, or private feedback, dismissive response. Acknowledge every contribution, even if it's off track. Over-challenging. Transform that's wrong into that's an interesting take. Let's explore it. Let's all agree that energy is contagious. Positive or negative, you set the emotional temperature of the room. So, facilitation is not about being perfect. It's about being present, asking questions that unlock curiosity, telling stories that connect emotions and hold space for discovery. And that's what separates trainers from facilitators. One transmits content and the other transforms people. So the best facilitators, of course, don't just manage discussion. They inspire them. They don't lecture, they lead experience. So don't forget to tell me in the comments, What facilitator traits that inspired you the most to learn? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.